Hey YouTube, this is part 2 of the rear sway bar installation. This is the Hellwig 1 1/8 sway bar, and this is going on a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500. This is the SLT with the 6.2 and all the goodies. But as you can see, the bar fits in there really good. You know, it's a tight fitting bar. And, you know, they don't leave a whole lot of clearance, as you can see right there between the spare tire and the sway bar. It's pretty close. And right here on the passenger side, where the end links comes down, I told you that I had the Corsa exhaust. If you look right there, there's not a whole lot of room between those little links coming down and that bolt right there. So I might have to come back through here with a grinder if I notice any clunking noises. One thing that I will say is it fit in there pretty good. It was a little awkward trying to get the sway bar in place by myself, because, you know, you're trying to avoid this grease, you know, on these bushings there, because trust me, you don't want to get that crap on your hands. It is a pain in the ass to get off, and it's really sticky. And even after you wash your hands, it feels like you've still got it on there. So, you know, you'll have to really scrub them real good. But make sure you grease the bushings real good so you don't get any squeaking or any of that. And if you notice that I've got 2 nuts on these 1/2-inch U-bolts, it's because they recommend putting a jam nut on the bottom of there. And you know, you torque them up to spec, run that jam nut on there, and then tighten them down, and then you're good to go. One thing that I will show you, as far as the tire clearance right there, it's not much. And then right here on the B&M cover, and I'm sorry about the shaky camera work, you can see that there's not a whole lot of clearance. Not a whole lot of clearance. So it is what it is, guys. It's close enough and to work, and that's good enough for me. I'm not worried about any rubbing. I'll keep an eye out for anything. Now, one thing in the directions that it wasn't in my directions when I looked in the paperwork, it did say that you would have to relocate this emergency cable bracket. It did tell you that. And it give you a little metal bracket right in here to relocate it and raise it up higher. But it didn't say anything right here about the brake lines. And so I had to bend this brake line. So be careful when you bend that brake line right there, because hell, you don't want to break that or kink it too much and get yourself in a bind. And so anyways, guys, just make sure you take your time and do a good job at torquing everything down to spec, and you know, you should be fine. Let's see here. Let me come back down, give you an idea of kind of what the bracket looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. Hold on one second. Let me reposition my hand and grab a light. I don't know if you can see that bracket up in there, but it wraps around that tube that's just up underneath the bed of the truck. It's like a tube. It's part of the frame, and they just supply you with a U-bolt to go around it, and then that bracket bolts underneath to that U-bolt, and it's the same way on the other side. Now, it is a different style bracket on the other side. It's a little bit wider. Both brackets aren't the same. So this one's a little bit wider, and it's made a little different, but it still bolts on with a U-bolt, and it's the same principle. You've got that adjuster, tie rod type adjuster thing, and you got your jam nut, and then, like I said, I put it in the middle hole, and that's for like medium aggressiveness as far as the sway bar. And then right here, you can see the clearance between the B&M cover and the sway bar. So guys, I'm fixing to take it out for a spin. I'll do a follow-up video on this to let you know just how it handles, and if I need to make any kind of adjustments, or if there's any kind of rub-in between the course hanger there and the sway bar. So, you know, just stay tuned. I'll give you an honest review and let you know what I think. And so, it is what it is, guys. Just bear with me, and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these type videos. And big thank you to Mike Hallmark at Hellwig Sway Bars. I about said B&M, but big thank you to Mike Hallmark at Hellwig Sway Bars. I really appreciate it, and talk to you guys later.